NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
From scholarly perspective, which might be quite boring, but we are trying to understand things as they really are. Every religion is characterized by so-called 3 B's, which is belonging, that every person belongs to some community. Behavior, if you are a believer, you behave in certain way specific to your beliefs. And then believing. And out of these 3, believing was always, not only now, was always the last one, the one that people care the least. So when you are believers, it is because you might feel good with your co-religionists, you like to meet them, you like to go to the community, or because it gives you some inspiration for behaving some good way. And the last thing is all those theological speculations and all those teachings. Yeah, so yeah, this is why I would say that people usually get to religion not through studying text,
right,
but through community, through meeting with other people, through thinking about how should I live my life.
Tonight we dive into fusion of faith and marketing with international religious studies scholar who gives us his perspective on religious business in Thailand. How did this ancient system find a place in modern marketing? And what does it mean for Thailand's cultural identity? Sawadee
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
My name is Miloš Hubina and I'm an assistant professor at the College of Religious Studies. I've been here for about 15 years and originally I was born in a country that doesn't exist anymore. It was called Czechoslovakia, and after studying at the university, I studied philosophy and anthropology. I worked at various places in Spain, for example, for some time. And like I said, about 15 years ago, I came here and I'm still happily doing the same work here.
Right. I'm just curious, why did you decide to pursue your career in religious study, especially in Thailand?
Yeah, many people ask me that, not that studying religion should be somehow weird, because religion is part of human life. People world over have these strange ideas about some invisible things. They call it gods, they call it spirits, who observe their behavior and then distribute rewards or punishments, and people adjust their behavior to these ideas. So religion is a quite powerful thing. It is a powerful force in our individual lives, in our societal life, and also, let's say, in politics.
Right.
So basically, this capacity of religion as something that you cannot touch, something you cannot really see, but at the same time, it is this powerful drag me to this phenomenon, and this is what I study. So I just want to make maybe clear at the very outset that when we study religion, it's true that part of our studies includes also study of religious texts, religious teachings. But obviously we cannot study gods, we cannot bring God Shiva and God Brahman here and compare them and study them. So what we actually study is people, people's behavior, people's ideas, people's values. So when I study a religion, I don't study anything supernatural. I study probably the most natural thing possible, because this, like I said, these religious beliefs you can find world over.
Right. Is the way people perceive religion here in Thailand different from your country?
It's very different. Like I said, I was born in Czechoslovakia, so with my one leg I'm in Czech Republic, and with the other leg I'm in Slovakia, and these are very different countries as well. Czechia is one of the most atheistic countries in the world. Slovakia is more conservative and Catholic country, and you can see influence of these two religions in society and in. It's just for educational purposes. It's not binding in any way. And after signing this paper, as you wish so, you can dispose with it the way you want. So you can just tear it apart, you can burn it, you can bring it home. You don't have to give it back to me. So it was 10 PhD students, and all of them knew what karma is, yes, what the real Buddha's teaching is about. So now, how many of these 10 PhD religious studies students actually signed that paper? What would you say? How many of them?
I don't know.
Just 2 of them.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, they knew what the teaching of karma is, and they knew that signing this paper cannot influence this karma. They knew it on so-called explicit level of their belief, but something inside them, some intuition, some feeling was telling them, it's better not to sign it. I'm not going to even try, because maybe in some magical way I would just get rid of all my good karma. And then I repeated the same thing with BA students. It was about 100 students, and again, like 70% of all of them refused to sign it. And what I did was just mimicking actual research by American psychologist Jonathan Haidt, who did the same thing with Christians, and they asked them to sell him their soul. And they said, first they said, no, I cannot sell, you cannot sell the soul, this is impossible. But then if he really asked them to show that they really believe what they say, they just wouldn't be willing to sign this paper. So this is my answer to your question, whether it is, you said extraordinary or unusual. My answer is no. This is actually the basic level religion, religion which is governed by our intuitions, and this is why it is very difficult to get rid of it, let's say through education, and this is why we find the spiritual beliefs in various forms across the world.
Embark on a journey to Thailand, where MICE tourism blends with majestic beauty. Host your events in world-renowned venues, set against the backdrop of our stunning natural and urban landscapes. Innovate amidst tradition with tailor-made solutions enhancing every aspect of your business gatherings. Sustainability is at the heart of our MICE industry, protecting our cherished environment and empowering local communities. Beyond the conference room, Thailand awaits. Explore captivating beaches, ancient temples, and dynamic urban centers. Choose Thailand for your MICE events, where professional excellence meets the spirit of adventure. Thailand MICE, where business meets beauty and innovation.
The Kingdom of Thailand has so much going on, so much information, so little time to digest. With Newsline, it's all about facts and accuracy. Stay up to date, stay connected with Newsline on NBT and NBT World.
If you want to experience a variety of foods, come here to Thailand, where the art of food transcends taste. Experience the fiery Massaman curry, the zesty Tom Yum Goong, and the refreshing crunch of Somtam. Celebrated worldwide, Thai cuisine is a symphony of spicy, sour, sweet, and salty, crafted to perfection. And the flavors of the food, you will also experience Thai culture through a variety of dishes that maintain the unique characteristics of different regions in Thailand. Begin your journey to experience unforgettable culinary adventures here in Thailand. Explore sports tourism in Thailand, where tradition and thrill unite. Immerse yourself in Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs, and witness the power in historic Bangkok stadiums. Experience the agility of Sepak Takraw, reflecting Thailand's athletic spirit. Beyond these, Thailand's vibrant sports scene, from surfing to marathon, awaits your participation. Discover the passion and culture of Thailand through its cherished sports. Your adventure begins here.
NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
What about spiritual business?
Yeah, so spiritual business, now when we connect spiritual and business, we have to say that religion is very closely connected to business. People don't like to hear this because they want to make a strict distinction between business, which is kind of dirty thing, which tries to persuade people to buy things that they really don't need. And on one hand, and on the other hand, there is a religion which is somehow connected to finding your true I, through ego. So people typically make strong distinction between these two, between religion and business. But one famous sociologist of religion once said that religion is an enterprise with economic dimension, which cannot admit to being so, and functions in constant denying of this. So basically the most important message I would like to deliver, or my direct answer to your question would be that religion has always been very closely connected to market.
Right.
I can give you some examples if you want, but the main point is this: for religion to spread around, it must be well marketed. It cannot be just said, because you cannot verify, you cannot prove that God exists, you cannot prove that heaven exists. So what you have to do if you want to spread your teaching about these invisible things, you need to have a very good
portrayal.
Let's call it business plan. Let's call it
marketing plan, PR plan.
Exactly.
Right,
yes, exactly.
Right. And you think in a way it has affected, but you teach a lot younger generations, right? Your students. Do you think the spiritual business landscape in Thailand in some way affected the way the younger generation practice religion in Thailand?
I don't have any exact data on this, but I would say that if you are into this spiritual business, you have much less time and energy, because we don't care, we don't deal with religion all the time, right? Even if we are believers, most of the time during the day we just mind our business, and from time to time some religious thoughts enter our mind. So if you are focusing on this spiritual business or all this theologically incorrect form of religion, of course you have much less time to focus on those so-called doctrinal or theologically correct forms of religion.
Right. So what you're saying is that in a way it helps or it doesn't help people to perceive religion. I mean, people could take it in a wrong way, right?
Yes, I know what you mean. It's not easy to tell, because sometimes when you go a lot, where they perform this kind of put upon it, right, or spiritual business-like practices, they always tell you that we connect our practices to the Buddha's teaching. Right? Like, for example, when you go to Wat, where monks practice that ritual where people lay in the coffin, right, to get rid of bad karma. So they say, for example, when I knock 3 times on the coffin, it reminds people of tilakkhana, of three characteristics of all existence, as the Buddha taught it. So I would say if young people associated or attached to this mutelu, right? I would say, and this is just my guess, right, that it might help actually religion. May I tell you why? Why I think so? Look, world over, religion is in decline, right? For example, EU countries, they are becoming more and more secular. But not all forms of religion are in decline. Those religions which are very heavy on teaching, on preaching, on studying books, people don't care that much about, right? People don't read Bible, people don't read Tripitaka. But those forms of religion which we call imagistic, those are these religion which gives you some powerful experience. Yes? These are on the rise. So if a young generation doesn't have much inclination, you know, if they don't read the books at all, it's quite difficult to presume that they are going to read the Buddha's words, right? So this might be a way. This, from my perspective, I wouldn't be very harsh on those people who engage in this form of religiosity, because it gives them certain access, you know, certain entrance to religion, even though it is not, like I said, it is not theologically correct belief, but it is some way how to get there.
So in a way, it helps bringing us closer to the religion.
Yes, I would say so. Again, from scholarly perspective, which might be quite boring, but we are trying to understand things as they really are. Every religion is characterized by so-called 3 B's, which is belonging, that every person belongs to some community; behavior, if you are a believer, you behave in certain way specific to your beliefs; and then believing. And out of these 3, believing was always, not only now, was always the last one, the one that people care the least. So when you are believers, when you are a believer, it is because you might feel good with your co-religionists, you like to meet them, you like to go to the community, or because it gives you some inspiration for behaving some good way. And the last thing is all those theological speculations and all those teachings. Yeah, so yeah, this is why I would say that people usually get to religion not through studying text, but through community, through meeting with other people, through thinking about how should I live my life.
Right. Have you experienced this kind of large commercial religion in other countries? Can you tell us about it?
Yes, these so-called commercialized forms of religion, again, are all over the world, but not everywhere with the same intensity, right? So, for example, in United States, this is very, very powerful, very strong phenomenon, this kind of prosperity religion in forms of mega churches. But let's say in Catholic countries, the situation is a bit different, and it is understandable why. Because look, when you think, for example, about Buddhism, so you see that everything that is sacred in Buddhism is portable. You can move it from one place to another. You can spread it all.
For example?
Yeah, like look, the most sacred things in Buddhism are what? Text, teaching, books. Okay, people don't read the books, but they like to copy them and give them away, tambun this way. Books is easy to move from one place to another. Second sacred thing is monks. Monks can walk. Monks can go wherever they want. And the third, historically, the most important sacred thing was relics. Yes. And these also can be spread around quite easily. And then in, for example, Thai religious practice, you got that thing which is called sai sin, right? That it's believed that through sai sin you can spread something which is sacred. You can transmit it from statue to people. So and then you can capture sanctity in small things like amulets. But in Catholic Christianity, you cannot do it that easily, because everything is very controlled. There are priests who are not that many as monks, for example, in Buddhist countries. So, like I said, these theologically incorrect beliefs are spread world over. But in Buddhist countries, there is much more space, much more room for them to spread around, exactly because what is sacred, what is religiously powerful, can be easily moved and distributed. Yeah? So it's not the same thing as, for example, sanctity in monotheistic religions.
Right. Spiritual business accounts for a very large proportion of businesses in Thailand in general. Do you think, in a way, the media and the tourism helps promoting them?
Yes, sure. When you talk about religion and business today, we can see three basic forms of connection here. You can stop me if I talk too much, right? So, but
it's okay. You can continue.
I just want to give you like basic framework. So one movement that we observe is marketing of religion, which means that religion, especially in those countries where people care less and less about religion, churches and parishes and priests must find a way how to make this religion more attractive. So this is why we call this marketing religion or marketing the sacred. Then another movement that we can observe here is sacralizing market, which means some scholars suggest that the contemporary real world religion is consumerism, and they are saying that look, shopping malls are becoming pilgrimage sites, people go there, brands are sacred things, so this is another thing. And the last thing is that religion is marketed in a way that through, for example, religious concepts, ideas, you advertise ordinary things, right? So yes, there is this connection between marketing and religion. And your question was?
Do you think the media and the tourism help promoting them also?
Yes, definitely, because tourism contributes significantly to GDP, and we have in Thailand, you can see it, we have something which is called symbolic economy, where large Buddha statues are built, or Buddhist, Taoist theme parks are built exactly for this reason, so that people from abroad, from Taiwan, from Malaysia, from Singapore, come here and come here to visit these sites, to pay respect, but also to spend money here. So yes, and of course then they spread the word around about these sites and about these accidents when visiting the site helped them to deal with some problems, with some issue. And of course media also help to spread these words around. So yeah, obviously.
Right.
Yeah,
and how do you see the future of this kind of business in Thailand? Historically,
Buddhism in Thailand was Wat Buddhism, which means that each Wat basically had its own, somehow different, specific form of Buddhism, and the abbot was the one who decided about what form of Buddhism is going to be practiced there. Later on, as you know, religious reform started by King Mongkut and then continued by King Chulalongkorn, tried to create national unifying form of Buddhism. It was partially successful, but what we see now is again like kind of a return to this original form of Wat Buddhism. To have kind of national form of Buddhism where everyone will follow Buddha's teaching is very difficult to establish, because it requires a lot of control, a lot of learning, rehearsal. So my view, given all this, is that it's more likely that this theologically incorrect form of religion, whether it is Buddhism here or any kind of religion, will prevail over those so-called doctrinally correct or theologically correct form of religion.
Right. Well, it was a very interesting conversation.
Thank you very much.
It's rare to have conversation like this, especially with foreign academic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะ